It's Gobshite tonight. Show respect, don't start a fight. With all the gimmicks you love to see, and some jokes understood by Reese Kennedy. So grab a drink and do what's right. All the cool kids are watching Gobshite tonight.
Is muted. Hello. I think we're getting there. Getting close. Welcome to Gobshite tonight. Did you just hear the theme? We definitely just played the theme.
They did just hear the theme.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Hello, by the way.
Hello, Whammer. Welcome to the preview show. We are down our regular third panelist, Frenchman Vince, but we do have a super sub ready to step in and talk some nonsense with us. So once they are back from walking a dog, they will be joining us. But we are here for Gobshite tonight. That I keep calling it because we played the jingle. How are you doing, Whammer? You ready to talk some shit?
Yeah. I'm. Words are failing me immediately, which is a great start for how this is going to go. I think it's been a while since we've done this. Hopefully that means we've forgotten all the cliches we used to say and we can say them all again.
Yes, that I think after the last one we did, which must have been was that season 12? I think we all came out of it just being a bit like, oh, that was actually really hard work. So hopefully this one, a bit of a layoff. We're back on chat. We're not doing it in a chat window anymore. We're just having a free-for-all conversation. We'll have a lovely, lovely time. Jonathan Rose is here. Oh, that's Eocene, I think. Yeah, is that right? Oh,
it is indeed.
Hello, welcome to the preview show stream. Shall we play the jingle again? I feel like we could play the jingle again. Let's just do that for the fun. We're killing time.
It's Gobshite tonight. Show respect, don't start a fight. With all the gimmicks you love to see, and some jokes understood by Reese Kennedy. So grab a drink and do what's right. All the cool kids are watching Gobshite tonight.
There we go. The jingle again. Just because people like the jingle. Yeah, we've got an interesting season ahead of us. Yeah, sometimes I forget that one of us wrote us that song on purpose. Yeah, it is. It's really good. Like, no one asked Todd to do that. He just sent me a message one day saying, "I've written a jingle for Gobshite tonight." It's like that is so much better than anything else we've done on Gobshite tonight, and we only did 3 episodes of that.
What about the time you got a cameo from Fat Neil?
Yeah, the
other highlight of Gobshite tonight.
Yeah, no, I still think because we just paid an actor to say something for us on that one, whereas that's just a lovely little ukulele jingle. It's good stuff. I think that's better than Fat Neil.
Yeah, you probably.
Yeah,
I just wanted to remember
just
the weird,
the weird stuff. I was looking back through the like my YouTube history of streams and stuff, and there is some weird stuff in there. Putting suits on to do award ceremonies, madness, true COVID madness.
I was gonna say the pandemic did a lot.
Yeah, and here we are, still doing it now that the pandemic is basically over, probably.
Yeah, now that we don't really have an excuse.
Yeah, the madness continues. You know what? Peel said he'd be here in a minute, so let's just jump in and start talking about Barcelona, and he can catch up any thoughts about Barcelona when he jumps in. So, first last season, Barcelona, 2-time Gobshite Draft League winners. What do you think, Whammer?
Yeah. Bollocks, I just noticed a thing we forgot to mention in the weaknesses is the inconsistency between full name and part of the name.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, it's nicknames, it's full names. and then defenders have got quite long names. Nicholas and
Yeah.
Leonardo.
Leonardo.
That's a lot to type out, unlike Nicolo and Yannick. But yeah, an inconsistency in naming format, which is, I'm going to be honest, for spoilers for people watching this, we are going to be mainly criticising the actual format of your lineups this week, this season, rather than the content itself.
Yeah, it's
so
easier to do.
It's got Kovacic in there, good for 5 or 6 goals a season, pretty good. Will it win again? I doubt it, but it's probably going to be up there. Is my shout?
Yeah, because it did, like we've said, it's basically more or less the same team that won last time. Better in a couple of spots, worse in a couple of spots, but it's got the same core of players. And last time, it only really won because the rest of us bottled it.
Yeah.
The
other teams last year were quite bad.
Yeah, I scored no goals all season and still finished 4th. You were top multiple times and then lost whenever you got top.
Won no games post the split.
Yeah.
Duck's backup keeper now started. Yeah, we do have to say Rui P in net is quite a downgrade from whoever was in net last year. I can't remember. Don't care.
Donnarumma, maybe? I don't know.
Probably. Seems like the kind of goalkeeper Stefan would pick. And yeah, Otamendi and Bonucci don't also seem like the fastest lads. Oh, it was Lloris.
Lloris.
And he's shit as well, so maybe it just works. Yeah, it's not a downgrade. If anything, an upgrade. And we can't even wind up Vince about Lloris being French and shit, because he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think Vince will watch the VOD?
No. To be honest, I don't even know if Vince knew that I was asking him to do this rather than anything else. Because I just said, "Are you about tomorrow night?" And it just said a load of nonsense in reply to me. So I don't know if he was expecting me to be out in Hertfordshire with him. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they'll do well. I think possibly. I can't remember if anyone did a good job this time or not. But assuming that someone did, I don't know if they'll win again. But they'll be near the top.
Yeah, they always are. All right, let's jump on then to the Manx in Black, who, straight off the bat, top marks for effort. Jake, you have the easiest colour scheme to do in the entire league, and you went with the default red shirts and white sleeves. So that is annoying to begin with, but you were at least consistent with just going for second names. So we, with the exception of, I presume that's Reece James. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Jake is a massive Arsenal fan. Yeah, you don't get. There are some big Arsenal fans in the chat and in the league, but none more so than Jake. I'm a bit annoyed.
I was going to say there are no Manx in the team, but Ericsson, I guess.
Ericsson.
I don't know if he was a Manky yet when Jake drafted him.
Probably not. No, we took a long time to get that over the line. I'm annoyed at Jake for blue keeping Vlahovic because I want him in I want him in a Manchester shirt, but that has not happened as of yet. But one day we'll get Vlahovic in a Manchester shirt, and we will be very, very good. Missed opportunity for Luis Enrique. All right, we can all. There's a lot of jokes to write in these things, and we forget about the easy ones sometimes. Yeah, I suppose they're all right. They will be quite good, but probably won't win it. That's what I'm saying about these.
That's the standard trajectory for any Manx team for sure. I do think it looks very good. I might end up feeling like I'm meant to put it first, but yeah.
Oh, we've got a tier maker. We should probably, as we've gone through all the effort to set it up, we should probably use the tier maker. So let's.
All the effort. Finding the one Vince made for season 11.
Yeah. We'll put them there and Barcelona in at second. I'm backing my sister team for at least second.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Cool, right, tier maker, easy. Peel is online. We might have Peel joining us very soon as our third co-host.
That's exciting because the next team is Much and More.
Oh,
So we can get Peel's opinions about his own team.
Yeah, we'll find out how he felt his draft went and make him justify himself. So, Much and More. Remember doing that?
Much and More.
Remember 2017?
I did that 2 weekends ago at Blackwater.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the first edition draft on the Sunday, one of the starting cards you get is the Peel Art of Much and More.
Oh, well, that's nice. I wasn't at Blackwater because I was doing something else. I can't remember what. Probably nothing. Yeah. Van Haar Vinny says, I'm on with Alias on my mobile. I'm too stupid to change it. Not sure what that means. I presume that's Peel and he's not actually online. Yes, I've got a message from him. Voice. Yeah, you need to join that channel.
Does Peel have access to this channel?
Yeah, I invited him to it. If you... Can you click that link? This is top broadcasting, as always, from the team at Gobshite tonight.
I can give him the unbribable admin role for this, and then he should be able to see it, and then we can remove all rights from him, even ones he already has.
Keeps taking me to general chat. Can you... Oh, God.
Right, I've given him the admin role, so hopefully he can see this channel now.
Invite. Peel. What's going on?
There's a Peel in the channel.
Yeah, oh, here he is. Hello, Thomas Peel. Are you here? You look like you're here. But we can't hear you.
Update for everyone, Peel is in the channel.
Yes, Reese. Thomas.
This is going very well.
This is going so well. Can you say hello? Are you on mute? Can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Hey, we can hear you.
Go.
Hey.
Sorry, I was trying to get you on the headphones, and now I figured out how to do that by turning off my phone.
Excellent. Welcome.
Excellent.
Welcome to the preview show. Thank you for stepping in and being our third panelist.
Thank you for having me.
How was walking Secondary Dave's dog?
I was walking mine as well, and yeah, fine. Dave's dog's a mentalist, and mine's scared of bears. So I mean, we learned something about both of them today.
Well, did you encounter many bears?
I encountered something that looked like a bear. It was a very, very big dog, and I'm pretty sure both me and the dog kind of petrified ourselves. Like, this thing was bigger than me, and I'm not that small, so it's quite an intimidating little beast.
Well, sorry. Back from your intimidating encounter with a large dog / bear. You're in the bear pit now of live broadcasting on the internet to 5 people.
Fantastic, my favourite number.
Yeah, and we are currently. Well, we were about to talk about Much and More FC.
Have we done Barcelona?
We've done Barcelona and we've done Manx in Black.
Yeah, do you have anything you want to add on those two?
Well, Manx in Black, I was going to say they play in red.
Good. Yeah.
Madness. And also, is that the same manager from last season?
It is.
Yeah. Madness was my note.
Excellent.
No worries.
Any notes on Barcelona?
Barcelona's notes consist of last year's winners going for gold again. Will they be able to do it? Probably. Probably not. Who knows? This year I can kind of see them getting some injuries, but I'm not sure if they will, because it's basically just a bunch of ramblings or I'm questioning my own notes. They're very thorough.
That's essentially exactly the same as what me and Whammer said. So
if you get an injury, I can see Di Maria being injured for 7 months. Was my prediction with that.
we'll keep an eye out for that Di Maria injury watch. That might be some good content for Reece to keep an eye on.
Just in case, if you heard it here first.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about your draft this time, Peel? Do you think you've?
My midfield is much more attacking than previous. I've managed to get 2 very attacking midfielders. My defence has taken a hit though, so let's see how that does. But I have got probably the best keeper in the world, or one of the 7.
You do have one of the 7. One of the things I like about the Gobshite League is that at least 7 of the teams have the top 7 keepers in the world.
They're all great keepers. There's no reason for any real. I mean, I could have left my keeper till last and still got what I would consider a decent keeper.
Yes.
But I thought because I've got a bit of a. I think I'm going to be weak in defence. I can see myself conceding a lot of goals. I'm just hoping that I can score as many as or if not more, some would say. Then I concede. That would be the secret to winning games.
Yeah, I agree. I think your midfield is very good. Your attack, if it rolls high like it seemed to do last season, will be very good again. I'm slightly concerned about Larry Lucas at centre-back and Trent at right-back, but he will probably make up for the goals he allows with the assists he will give. What do you think, Whammer?
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well, really. Like, the centre-backs are definitely the part that sort of makes you go, ooh. But, yeah, with Ndidi in front and Oblak behind, maybe that's fine. I don't know. I think you've chosen 2 very attacking fullbacks for a 4-defender formation.
Yes.
But, yeah, that just means you'll score and concede loads of goals. The one problem, we did note it in the slide, the weakness, you have drafted Victor Osimhen, who for 4 seasons in a row, I think we're at this point, has been in the team that has done the worst of the non-gimmick teams.
It's good to know. That would have been information that maybe would have been useful when choosing a striker, because I almost picked Zidane. Not Zidane, sorry. He's my manager. Benzema.
Well, I think Osimhen is usually better than Benzema. But,
I believe I have some backups that might potentially be able to do a job.
Yeah. Also, to be clear, it's never usually Osimhen's fault that he's in the Do It Better team. He just magically is.
Yes, I am hoping with the wingers, the success I had with those 2 wingers last season will hopefully push him up a bit more. And he's got really good first touch and speed, and that was why I chose him, because he's just fast. So worst case scenario, I'll just counter. Well, I won't, because I have no control over it. But I'm hoping he'll just counter.
Yeah. Okay, so Peel, you get a choice on the tier maker. You get to be either Wedge, the Prince from the Emperor's New Groove, or the Big Lad. No, you don't get to be the Prince. That's Mike. You get to be the llama from the Emperor's New Groove, or the Big Lad from the Emperor's New Groove. Which of those?
Is the Big Lad the one doing the fingers?
No, the Big Lad is the one who's too big to fit in the frame properly.
Yeah,
I'll take him.
The Big Lad.
I'll take the Big Lad. I'll take the hit.
Okay, we're going to drop you in 6 and 7. I think that seems about right for what we've all just said. Maybe bump up a bit later.
Yeah, let's see whether any of us actually did a good job, because I'm not convinced we did.
Yeah, from making the presentation, so many of these teams are bad. It's unbelievable how bad a lot of them are. So, Let's moving swiftly on to the Pythons. Whammer, do you want to talk about your draft?
Yeah, I think what I've done here is had an intention that after last season where I couldn't score any goals, I'm going to draft a striker as my round 1 pick. That's going to solve that problem, and then I can focus on drafting a good Tuchel side. Then all of the good strikers have gone. Like the round 1 pick level strikers have gone as of the pick before mine. So I've panicked, taken Virgil van Dijk. There's not been a good opportunity to get a proper striker for the rest of the draft. I've optimistically assumed I'll get Timo Werner up front, but probably it'll be Kai Havertz in a false 9 role. And then I've gone, sod it, and drafted a bunch of kids as backups.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to hope that Danny Olmo just carries me through.
I think your fullbacks are very good. So that's a bonus, isn't it? Or your wingbacks.
Yeah.
So
you've got 3 good defenders. Very,
Yeah, like my first team, if you ignore the striker situation, my first team is fantastic. It's just that I know what happens when I have this fantastic first team with a shit striker up front, and it's last season, and it involves me not scoring goals.
Yeah.
I had 7 0-0s last season.
Yeah, it's pretty beige reading, I suppose. That we're looking at a beige 0-0 or 1-0. So you'll probably finish in the top half again.
Yeah, like it feels like this team finishes lower top half. I feel like I actually rolled quite well last time in terms of how good I was defensively. I don't think I normally would finish as high as 4th.
Sure. Any thoughts, Peel?
I like the whole idea of you going, I wanted to draft a top tier striker, and you saying that as your first thing, and you going, I wanted someone who's going to bang in goals. I need some more goals. I need someone who's really going to perform as a striker. And then you went with Timo Werner, and that was the bit where I went, no, fair enough. Yeah, you did miss the strikers there.
Like Harry Kane went pick before me in round 1, and I don't know if I'll ever forgive George for that.
It was. The strikers, I must admit, I found it very hard to find a striker. I left it a bit late as well. I wanted like a Lukaku, a Haaland, you know what I mean? A big target man of just sheer, I'm going to hit this in the back of the net. That's all they need to do. I don't need them to pass. I don't need them to run. I just need them to stand in the box, ideally facing towards the goal. And I didn't get that, so I kind of panicked as well in a way with my striker. And I think both you and me have gone with, that'll do, as kind of like the solution for the striker problem. Like, it's good enough. I focused on my midfield, you focused on your defence. So, fingers crossed it works.
Yeah, I think Osimhen is a better striker. Like, if I had Osimhen as my striker in this team, I'd feel a lot more confident about my chances of either finishing first or 18th.
I don't remember. Chat is saying, remember when Timo Werner was player of the season? And I don't remember that at all.
He did have one really good season, but it was quite a while ago.
I've watched every season of this, and broadcast about quite a lot of it as well. And do not remember that at all.
Season 10 for the Pigs, he got 22 goals.
That is insane.
That's very good. Yeah.
That is insane.
I think that's more than he scored at Chelsea in 3 years.
All right.
Yeah, I think it might well be.
Well, we're whacking you next to Peel in 6 and 7, but you might be bumped down. You might be bumped up. Let's move on.
For reference, Werner got 22 goals. So Werner got 22 goals in season 10. My team as a whole got 29 goals last season.
Huh. And I just remembered that joke that I put in there with little Danny Olmo popping up. And forgot to do it. So the next time, the next joke that I put in as an animation, I will have to remember to do. So.
I did notice the other one when I was looking at it earlier. It just took me by surprise. I went, the hell is going on here?
Yeah. All right. Well, this is I don't think this has ever happened before, and it's a real mark of quality, I think, and the fact that we've bombed Vinsoff, who's always rubbish. But the three of us, hosts of the show, have been in a row. That never happens. We usually always right down at the bottom. So, hope all the animation jokes are hidden behind your face. They are not, but Danny Olmo definitely was. Right, Manchester United. Here we are. We're stacked on the left wing, bit shit on the right wing.
It's a bit shit on the right wing. Probably a bit of a, you've got arguably the best right winger in theory. I mean, if it works. I don't know what it is. Is he really that? Because I know Vince hates him, and I understand why. But I don't understand how he can be that bad.
Why. I still don't understand why, and this is season 15.
Yeah, Vince has just had it out for Messi since like season 2. Who knows? But we do have to say, Messi hasn't finished in the top half of the split for quite some time. I can't remember exactly when.
I don't know if we had a split the last time Messi finished in the top half.
Yeah. So it's my year this year. I think I'm coming first.
Right. Okay. I'm going to disagree and say 11th, if I'm honest. I don't think with Messi to appease Vince, I think we have to go with 11th.
Yeah, that is a typical Manchester spot, 11th or 12th.
Yeah. Somewhere you'll do well, but you'll do well completely mid-table.
You've talked me down. We definitely belong in 12th.
But I must admit, I think you're going to have a similar problem to me in a way. I think your defence is just like you've got two arguably attacking midfielders playing DM.
Yeah, they both work hard, but they're not exactly Casemiro's. No. But you got Handy as a as a goalkeeper. So if nothing else, that's handy. It is handy. Any thoughts? Any thoughts, Whammer?
Yeah, you got to say his saves will come in useful. I like it, but I mean, I was there while you theory crafted the entire team. Whenever you came up with a bad idea, Reece would draft them to protect you. And
we still managed to make some mistakes.
I'm fully swept up in the hype and think it will do really well, and I'm going to be sad when we're all wrong.
Yeah.
Except Peel, who
is pretty spot on. All right, let's jump over to the tier maker, drop us into our customary 12th, and move on and talk about the Chilean Menace. Are we in the right place? Now we are. Stacked midfield, Kante, Modric. I'm not sure what went on with the subs, but they're all slightly tabbed across, which no one else has done. So I think that's a unique approach to lineup building that I think we can't let go unacknowledged. Just everyone's ever so slightly shifted over, so that could be really helpful, or it could be nonsense. What do we think?
I think Modric is going to be the liability, and I know that sounds like a bad thing to say. I think Modric will get, because I looked at Modric and I wanted him. He was nice, but I think it's going to be. And I've even written, you've probably got the best keeper. I know that sounds like a weird thing, but Onana for some reason on Football Manager has always been phenomenal. Whenever I've played it and had it with him, and this is obviously FIFA 21. I haven't got 22 because laptops for some reason weird. But I think Modric might get injured quite early in the season again.
So Di Maria and Modric so far we've got for injuries.
I'm avoiding the old injury-prone players. Like that's my in theory logic. That's what I look at.
Several members of the last Weasels title winners here. Well, that's exciting. I think if Mike was here, he'd say, "Has Militao ever not been a disaster?" So we've got to. So Mike will enjoy that shout out when he's watching it on catch up at like 3 a.m. or whenever he watches things. I do enjoy also the multiple backups at fullback. I think that's. I think
just in case.
I think multiple being in there is a real show of strength.
Yeah, although the multiple backups on the right are gonna hug the touch line a bit more, and the multiple backups on the left are gonna cut inside more.
Yeah, they're just going to be tabbed across ever so slightly. And one thing that would really amuse me is if St Max starts ahead of either Fatty or Crawford. I think that would be really, really funny for the whole season.
It would. I also like that Fatty is a right back and Musiala is not. Right.
Stefan is annoyed about the tab thing. Yeah. Well, look, it's not our fault. It's probably a time zone shift. That's probably what's done it. When Francisco made it, he just is a different time zone. Everything got tabbed over, something like that. Probably. Let's whack him on the tier maker. Where do we think?
It's the same thing of attacking fullbacks in a 4 centre-back system, but they do have N'Golo Kante, who's the equivalent of like 5 defensive midfielders, so probably better than me.
Yeah, I think better than you.
Yeah.
You can bump down to 8th, and we'll put the Menace in at 7th, and move on because George has got a gig in half an hour and not much phone battery. And I've done a special thing. Right, cool. Let's talk about whoever is next. It is the Pigs. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So that is a penis. Here they are, the Pigs. Haaland up top. That's good, isn't it?
Shame missed one.
Have I missed someone? Oh, we missed Hios. Oh, the shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Hios. Shit, let's just whack him on the tier maker. Can't even be bothered. 9th. Yeah. We'll just jump back. Yeah, look, Mbappe will score loads of goals. The midfield will be okay. The defence will be okay. 9th. Anything else?
No. I feel like you've covered it all.
Yeah. Fuck. Right.
This one, you've also written on this one. You said penis. That was my first comment. It's an arrow-headed penis of success. That's my exact wording.
Yeah, arrow-headed penis of success. Yeah. It's tough to argue with, isn't it?
Yeah. I've also made a note that I hope Cellini's development doesn't suffer while being in a rotation position.
Yes.
Yeah, you really want your real boys playing every week, and Chiellini.
You've been calling the injuries, Peel. Which of the first 3 will get injured so that Chiellini can step in to get the development?
Ooh.
There's multiple options for injury-prone players there.
If I don't say Matip, I think, to be honest, I reckon you'll lose 2 within the first month. Game time, obviously not. I think you'll lose Matip and Bastoni. I think Gomes might be okay, but he'll carry an injury for a while if he does get it. But you've got Cellini and Gabriel to step into those voids.
Why do only half the players have first initials? That is a good spot, Reese.
I assumed it was like that JoJo's tried to distinguish between potential different ones. So there's J Gomes and S Gomes there. He wants to make sure we know it's Guido Rodriguez and not Olives Rodriguez. He wants to make sure that we know it's Alan Davis on the left. I don't know.
And not Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
Wrong accent on Odegaard. Well, that is unforgivable, isn't it?
There is a lot of accents there.
There are no standards for this anymore. When we first started doing this, these build lineups were all consistent with proper accents and everything. And now it's season 15. People just don't give a shit. Standards are slipping across the board. Right, where we put in with that negative point. Does anyone have anything else to say about these? 4th.
They're very good. Jojo was unlucky not to do better last time, I think, and I think his team is about as good this time as it was last time.
Yeah, I think it's better than the Manx team as well, so I'm whacking him in 3rd.
Fair enough.
Cool.
I like Haaland, I like Muller. Good players, both of them. And I think Muller's always incredible.
Oh, back to an old favourite. It's the Pocket Dogs. Are they good this year? And let's just get it out the way straight away. For fuck's sake, Calvin, learn colour contrast. Red on pink circles. No one else has pink. No one else has circles. You do shirt numbers, yeah, fine. No circles. Someone else talk for a bit. I'm going to the fridge.
Okay. On the subject of shirt numbers, it's genuinely fascinating to me that one of the centre backs is wearing the number 11. I don't understand. You've got a number 5 in midfield, and you've got a number 11 in the back line.
I like a 4 in midfield or a 5 in midfield. I think midfielders of old. You're talking Fabregas era. That's a solid midfielder right there. He'll go on to do well playing at a rival club next season.
Yeah, the midfield 3 is nasty. Like when Locatelli is the weakest one defensively, it's like, yeah, they'll be good at winning the ball, and then you look at how they're going to score goals, and then you go, okay.
Oh, Sane never scores like more than 3 goals. Jesus, never scores any goals. Foden has been okay, I think. But
I will look that up while people continue to talk about
yeah, it's Porro. The season I had him wasn't great. That defence leaves a lot to be desired for me.
Foden hasn't scored more than 5 goals in Football Manager 22 and has never scored more than 7 goals.
So we're looking at probably under 12 goals combined for all of this front 3.
Yeah, because like last season, Calvin's front 3 was also notoriously bad at scoring. It was Benzema, Tadic, and Di Maria. But in that season, in the centre mid spots, he had Grealish and Eriksen, I want to say. And as a result, they sort of between them got fair few goals. I don't know if Yves Bissouma is going to be contributing in the same way.
Yeah.
Also, the back 4 is not a good back 4. Courtois is great, but that back 4... Ugh.
Saul's not bad. He's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the best one is not bad, all right, that kind of stuff. All right.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And also, we just need to take a moment to say the image that he sent over was cropped so badly that he's got the headroom at the top of the pitch, but then very, very tight crop at the bottom of the pitch, and it's just throwing out the formatting of all the other slides. Like the pitch goes right up to the logo. It's a shit show. That's all I'm gonna say. And let's whack him in. Where are we putting Calvin this time? Bottom half.
I was going to say 15th. I've made on my notes.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm tempted to put it first just for the fun.
For the meme.
Yeah. But we kind of retired that joke, and it's not the team's not really that BPA best to put him back up there. Maybe next year we'll predict Calvin first. Yeah, but not this year.
He behaves.
Yeah, if he drafts a good team again, we'll predict him first. Right, let's move on and talk about the Brigstock Gamecocks.
This was my favourite team. Looking at the lineup for the notes that I've done, and your notes as well. This is what happens when you draft fullbacks until you get to round 10. I had to actually look them up. I couldn't even figure out where they were from.
My favourite part about that note is that Dave did draft Gozens in round 7.
Just not. But why?
Yeah.
But to be fair, if you just ignore the fullbacks for a moment and look at all of the other players, it's a fantastic team. But you really can tell.
That's gonna score goals, but anyone attacks down the wing, that's it. You just write them off.
Yeah,
it's got the classics. This is very much what I've noticed with all the teams. They're very much like, yeah, we're attacking, and then no one in any way has gone, oh, we should probably shore up the defence a bit.
I contributed only the defence enough for all the other teams combined.
And yeah, hasn't I don't know if Dave's done it on purpose, but isn't PK Pedri's dad as well? Is that?
That's the story we're going with.
That's the story we're going with. So there's that.
We debunked it in the same stream that we came up with it.
But we do have the father-son combo there, which I quite like. It's almost definitely not intentional, but I had also forgotten about it, and I just looked at it and thought, we definitely spent a full hour a couple of weeks ago talking about PK being Pedri's dad, or new stepdad. So yeah, there's a fatherly presence to that back four, which I hope will pull it together. I think this is a really good team. I think it's going to score loads of goals.
I think it's great. I mean, like the midfield three, like you remember the midfield three that I wouldn't shut the fuck up about when I drafted it. It's not as good as that midfield three because you're downgrading Kevin De Bruyne to Pedri and you're downgrading Kante to Kessie, but it's got the same vibe.
Yeah,
I think it will do really, really well. But unlike when I drafted that insane midfield three, Dave also has Chiro and Neymar to score a million billion goals, and he has one of the really good goalkeepers.
I think Jota will help as well. Jota's going to create more, and he can also play as a striker. Well, so can Neymar. It's like any of those three can kind of play well.
It's very classic Football Manager 4-3-3, where you did actually just play three strikers.
Yeah, and just hope they trained quick enough for the important games.
Yeah,
and I think Gozens will do well. Like, just to go back to the fullbacks briefly, I think Gozens will actually do quite well as the left back. But Pavard is the right back you get when you just search for right backs after all the ones who are actual right backs have gone. He's not a right back. He just can play there and can't do it that well. That if I had to point to the glaring weakness, it would be Pavard. But I think Gozens will actually do okay.
And we should just also probably point this out that it's a very non-Premier League team for Dave. Usually it's just a bunch of players that Dave knows from fantasy football, and he's not done that this year. So well done, Dave.
I have a feeling this year he's gone to Will and asked some questions.
Ooh,
he's got the Man United centre-back pairing of Varane and BK. Both definitely made it United.
Yeah. Both peaked at United.
Yeah.
Right, so we've all been very positive about Dave, so where are we putting him? High?
I think he might do, quite
League
well this
winner?
season.
I don't mind putting him there for now. We may maybe shift it later, or maybe put Barcelona there if we can't find anyone better. But
Yeah, I think Immobile and Neymar are going to be a serious threat. I really do. I can see them just... Immobile especially is just going to tear shit apart. He's a good target man, isn't he? So, yeah, I can see him being at least first or second.
I will say, though, I'm pretty sure every single season I predict Dave to win or finish second. And he hasn't done it yet.
Every season we say, this is the best Brigstock team we've seen yet, and it very rarely happens. Speaking of teams it very rarely happens for, FC Sirs. I am tempted at this point to do a very similar thing to what we did with Hios and just put them in 11th and move on. But someone else might have something nice to say about them, so I'll open the floor.
Well, I've put that the only question we need to know really when looking at FCCs is which Moyes have they got? If they've got the Moyes of Man United, then they're fucked. And if they've got the Moyes of West Ham, they're probably going to have a mid-table run. And if they've got the Moyes of Everton, they might actually come in the top half quite nicely. They've got decent players, and Lukaku last season was a beast. Like there is no doubt, and he was just, he was amazing for the first half of the season. And I think he might do well with Vinicius and Were on the wings, as long as David Moyes does play that formation, which I have a sneaky suspicion he doesn't.
Ooh. Anything to counter that, Lemon?
I mean, I think Peel said it better than I could.
Cool.
One thing I will say is I'm fascinated to see how Jeffrey Weir does now that he, because obviously the last couple of seasons haven't been great for him.
No, as the best player in the world, he's not really delivered, has he?
No, but with a David Moyes team, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe David Moyes is the one to unlock Jeffrey Weir.
Maybe.
But yeah, Reese has said it best in chat. Hot start, Mr. Split, 11th. Yeah. 11th with more points than probably 4th place.
Yes.
So let's just whack him in. There we go. No, nothing changes. Everything stays the same. Let's move on and talk about the Pantabangan Wanderers. I keep wanting to call them Warriors. I don't know why. That's just... one of the newer teams. Not quite established yet. Had a pretty good season last season, probably. They're slightly unbalanced. Sancho's ever so slightly higher up than Diaz, so we'll see what goes on. Reese has Warriors too. It's a shame they haven't drafted Rafael Guerrero yet. So what do we think of the Panther bandwagon?
I've made some notes on this, and I've also introduced a ranking system, which apparently I only introduced from this team onwards. Not know why. Don't know who the manager is. Is he the Dutch one, who are from that Dutch league, the one that isn't Ajax? Also, 2 Leicester lads though. Solid team. 3 thumbs up. That's a new ranking system. This is currently the highest ranking team. Well done.
Top work. Joachim Löw is the former German manager. He won the World Cup with them.
Fair enough.
The finger sniffer.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, famous for scratching himself and sniffing.
Scratch and sniff.
Yeah, scratch and sniff.
I am slightly... Brozovic and DM, I feel like you'd want a Casemiro there, really. But I'm only bitter because Brozovic was a bit shit for me last season. But I'm happy to see those fullbacks just ever so slightly pushing up. That's a sign of intent that a lot of other teams haven't gone for.
It's a sign of intent, and it also makes the back four kind of look a little bit like a smiley face.
His right does look a lot stronger than his left, though, because he seems to have shifted the midfield a bit.
That's just to give Tierney that wider space to run into. Yeah, they do have... The entire midfield seems to have the Chilean tint to it, doesn't it? Just this little shift over to the right.
I had not noticed that until you just pointed it out.
Yeah.
I'm so annoyed with myself for not putting that in the weakness when I noticed the Sancho bit. But yeah, I think this team is going to be really, really interesting because it's a front three that mostly historically in Gobshite doesn't score many goals. Granted, Luis Diaz didn't exist in Gobshite until like 2 seasons ago.
Or in real life.
Well, yeah, that too. But yeah, I think the front three is one of those better on paper and in reality than it is in Gobshite type front threes. But the entire rest of the team except Koulibaly, but not except Simone, is really attacking minded. So it's going to be interesting to watch. I can see them scoring a lot and conceding a lot, or I can see them just conceding a lot.
So Fofana's definitely the ball playing kind of defender, isn't he? He's a BPD.
So where are we whacking them? Are we putting them in 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10? Bottom split?
I think they will concede too many to make the split, but I would absolutely love to be wrong because I think if that team works, it will be the most fun. Okay.
Pantabangan Warriors, Wanderers are the Llamas now because whatever. We'll whack them in 13 and move on and talk about Millwall. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? It's Millwall, innit? Forget it, Jake. It's Millwall. Doing the Beyblade.
I recognise 2 of that starting lineup, and I could, I could tell you who 2 of those starting lineup are and who they played for.
That is fascinating to me because there's quite a lot of people I think you'd know in that starting lineup.
Yeah,
It's Fabian Delph.
No.
No.
I don't know him.
No, it's Los Palacios Franca's third favourite son. But you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, Camavinga, Alba, Sergio Ramos, Antonio Rudiger, Edison. Which of those don't you know?
Yeah, Edison has won the Premier League quite a lot.
Oh, alright, sorry. Yes, he has won the Premier League more than once. I did give him up 3 thumbs up though for this one, and because I like Ramos in defence. I think Ramos in defence is going to be good, and I think this team will be the undoing for the Manx this season, and I don't know why. But I also noted that a 35-year-old winger playing out of position, probably not the best side. And that's Persic.
He's been converted to a left wing back for a bit now, hasn't he? Like, I mean, Spurs have bought him to play there in real life this summer.
Is he playing left wing back this season? I thought he was just gonna,
I think that's where they bought him for. But
People, some of whom may be on this panel have drafted Perisic to play left wing back before, with mixed success. But yeah, we will see what actually happens. But no, I kind of agree with Reece here. I think this is the best Millwall team we've seen for ages. And I think the real boy pick of Camavinga round 22 is just...
inspired.
Yeah, just so good. And
that is my favourite pick that anyone made in the entire draft by a long distance.
Yeah, just going, I'm going to sit the first season out of real boy picks and see what happens. And then just go, yeah... Last season was a terrible real boy pick for Camavinga, but now I'm going to make it a great one. Yeah, huge fan of that. Llorente might play there if they have another great CM. Yeah, we should also say that I made this one, so it could be completely wrong. I think
the next best CM is James Milner.
Oh yeah, I did have Milner playing a DM for a bit, and then went, we'll just stick Camavinga in there. So yeah, that's the best team I've seen so far. I think. So
I wouldn't be surprised if it won. I also wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. To be clear, but I'm more for a lifetime achievement award standpoint, I'm more than happy to bang Millwall in first.
Yeah,
especially given we weren't thrilled about anyone else we were putting in first.
Yeah, and we've still got some dog shit teams to come. Speaking of, this is one of the good teams, apparently. Halfman, here they are.
I actually, sorry, this was the team I actually went, this actually looks like the best team.
Yeah, it does look really, really good, but somehow it never quite comes off. So, are we... What do we think? I think it looks like a really good team.
I've given it 4 sideways thumbs.
4 sideways thumbs,
as in, it is literally a coin flip team, I think.
Sorry, Peel. I'll let you continue in a minute. I just noticed you have overwritten the joke I put in key players.
Did I? What?
Yeah.
What did you put in key players?
We had the key player as Levin Dozzle.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Corrected the spelling of it.
I am incredibly sorry. Let's just. That was someone else, probably.
Okay.
Lewandowski. See, it's fine. We're back on the slideshow. No one knows. The joke's still there.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no probs. If I've overwritten any of your other jokes, it's because I didn't realise they were jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think Big and Bruno win the league on their own, but they might have to. Oh, I think it's... Yeah. I think it's a solid team.
Yeah.
Valverde. I'm sure the year we all slated Hadley for having a really bad team, Valverde pulled them into a something coherent. And that was a much better team. No, that was a much worse team than what we're looking at now. Any other thoughts, or shall we jump over to the tier maker?
Peel, did you have anything else to say? Because I did cut you off.
Oh, no, it's all right. I would just... I was going to say every time Todd makes a team, they say the gods flip a coin. Was apparently the rest of my notes. So we'll see. Do you want me to flip a coin now, just to find out where it's going to finish?
Yeah, flip a coin.
Yeah. Bear with. I need to go to my change pot. This wasn't the best idea of my hand.
Yeah, let's just fill some time while Peel gets his coin.
It's going to do well.
Going to do well? Right, they're in at 5th.
Yeah, they're in at 5th. Going to do really well this season.
Cool. Oh, Weasels, here they are, just before George has to go watch somebody. Here they are. It's the Weasels. Are they good this year?
Diawara.
I'm bitter this year about the Weasels, if I'm honest.
Yeah, why?
Because Harry Kane's there and I kind of wanted them back again.
You've not swapped over the thing, by the way. Everyone's still looking at Tear Maker.
Oh, no. Well, it's a good job I didn't do the animation then, isn't it? Cool. Right, now I've swapped it back over.
Peel, I am substantially more bitter about Harry Kane than you are, I promise you.
Want a draw? Just saying that, yeah, you got burned.
Yeah, I think it's a better Weasels team than we've seen in the past. Because there have been some truly bad Weasels teams out there. We'll see how much of I don't know anything about this manager, so I don't know if he's one of those joke ones that George picks or if he's actually going to be good.
He's just a 4-4-2 diamond manager.
Cool.
I don't think there's any great grand gimmick to him.
He's trying to figure out which team he manages or what league they're in, if I'm perfectly honest.
He presses, it's not a gimmick. Cool.
They're in the Swiss Super League. He's a manager of a Swiss Super League team.
Right.
There, you got the result you wanted.
Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. Where are we putting the Weasels then? Are they good? I think they look good.
I've already forgotten, but I remember thinking that the starting 11 is good, and then the fullbacks are either kids or meh. So yeah, it depends what the injury situation's like, I guess.
Yeah. All right. That really was the peak. So we're just got to move on now. Right. Surreal. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. I've not moved back over. I put them in like 10th or whatever.
Strength,
Weasels.
left back, weakness, everything else.
Yeah. I mean, there was one good pick for this team, and it was my pick. Everything else was rubbish. Yeah.
Mike's, who I picked.
The front three might score more than Calvin's team, but it'll be close.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You could tell no one was that interested in picking defenders, couldn't you? Or midfielders.
Yeah. Or
where did people pick? This, looking at it, how is it like? It didn't feel like we were doing him that dirty.
I chose him Mahrez. I thought I was quite kind. Is it Mahrez?
You're on the kinder side, definitely, compared to what everyone else has done, apparently.
Then I did get him Albrighton, so...
Albrighton's a solid hand.
He's a good worker, mate. He's a good worker, and don't you forget it.
Well, he's a Manchester legend. We'll never forget the... We'll never forget the 2 assists he got coming on in the 89th minute for us to get us a 4-4 draw. He's an absolute legend in it.
While wearing the captain's armband.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe he can captain this team to greatness. Only time will tell. Or Benzema will get in a fight with him.
Yeah, if
something might happen.
And chat is bringing this up, if it's Benzema's year, and who knows, it could be. But if Benz gets 20 goals, it will be the greatest thing that's ever happened.
No one else is going to score those 20 goals, so it's...
yeah, that's the thing is, if Benzema scores 20 goals, they'll still finish bottom 5. And Benzema won't score 20 goals.
All right, let's whack them where they belong in 19th. And move on to talk about whoever else is next. It is... Oh, this shit show. It's Vince's team.
Is that Tigo Hazard? That's not the Hazard, is it? That's
Aiden Hazard.
That's okay.
In centre mid.
Oh, fair enough.
Which, to be clear, he can't really do a football manager. But, it's Vince. We're lucky he didn't try and put him at right wing back.
Vince was only choosing players who were associated with the French league, though,
yes.
when he was drafting, which did make it tricky for him. And that's why
it's been tricky for him for 15 seasons now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
who was his first pick? That's my. I really
Sadio Mane.
Oh, okay.
Sadio Mane is a legit first pick.
Yeah.
Like every pick that Vince made sense in terms of the round he drafted them, like at least for like the first 8 rounds or so.
Yeah, and then you get into weird territory with like Frank Zappa and Wijnaldum. It might be the best Elves team for a while, but who knows? It's probably rubbish. Let's whack them in at 16. And
if that Elves team had like a manager that played a diamond, so that Hazard could actually be behind those front 2 strikers, I actually think that's a pretty good team. Like Frank Zappa is, he's not starting in the Gobshite quality level, but he is, like, him and Wijnaldum and Verratti working together is a pretty solid midfield in terms of like the overall composition of it, as long as they have like a playmaker linking that midfield and the attack. The fullbacks are both pretty good at bombing onwards. Mendy's a capable goalkeeper, although he did absolutely shit the bed for Mike that time. Marquinhos is a very good centre-back, and Mane scores loads of goals in Gobshite. But it just, somehow the way Vince has put it together, it just looks a bit shit.
See, I've given it 4 thumbs up, apparently. I'm not sure when. Yeah. That's the highest ranking team, according to me.
4 thumbs up. Well, chat's been a lot kinder to this team than we are. And Vince is here, in chat. So hello, Vince. And he would like to say that he's been drafting with the French league only for 15 seasons, and he has won the league and the cup. So that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Has he won the league and cup more than once, or
no? And he hasn't won either of them in the last 14 seasons. He just did the double in season 1 when none of us knew what the fuck we were doing.
But we do miss you, Vince. It's a shame you couldn't join us for the show tonight. We look forward to welcoming you back in the near future. Right, I put him on the tier maker. I've just put him in 10th. Shuffled some stuff about because things were looking a bit wrong. I feel like Bambi might get shifted down into the bottom just because that's where all the space is. Unlucky Bambi, don't be the new boy. Tiki Taka Tower, rubbish. Didn't even bother making us a team to talk about, so we're not even going to talk about it. Let's just put them in last and move on.
Is Bale in the team?
You are?
Is Balotelli in the team?
Balotelli is not in the team.
No interest.
Yeah, rubbish. Right. Less said about that, the better. Who we talk about now? The Ducks. Here they are.
Strength industrial technique, weakness technical industry.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out what was wrong with the team. Just that something.
It's one of them. They're either industrious and not very technical, or they're technical and not very industrious.
Yeah.
Reese, you're in chat. Do you want to say anything about your team? No. Just pretend that behind my webcam, a little Sean Dyche pops up and says, "I'll be in the job by Christmas," roughly speaking. Because
I thought they looked like a Burnley team.
Yeah, because I thought of that joke earlier and then never got round to doing it. But it's a good job I didn't do it because my face would have been in the way anyway. I don't know what happened. There's stuff to like here. I do like the pairing of P. Dibs and Zapata up top. I think that's that could be really, really fun. But I don't think it will be good.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's wrap this one up then and put these lads in the customary 15th.
There's a lot of 15th teams.
A lot of 15ths, yeah. I keep bumping Hios down and down and down because I can't remember what they look like because we didn't spend any time on them whatsoever. Yeah, and finally, we'll put them there. Seems reasonable enough to talk about our newest team in the league, the Queens of the Quagmire. I like the big fan of the kind of English racing green. That's a solid. Consistent naming conventions, also solid. What do we think of this team?
I like their kit.
Yeah, it's a nice kit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Looks like a Australian rugby team's kit.
Yeah, so it does. Whammer, have you got any opinions? Any non-kit based opinions?
It is a really good kit.
It really is a nice kit, isn't it? You look at the yellow, the green. Oh, lovely.
It's a lovely kit.
Yeah.
It's yeah, like you say, it's like part Australian national team, part like Jaguar.
Yeah, Lotus.
You feel their fear
Lotus,
by looking at that kit. If you just saw that kit, you'd be like, oh.
Did Jamie look up player numbers? He may well have looked up player numbers.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Aspilicueta at 28 is very specific, and Blind at 17. That's
I mean, a classy
nice.
kit should have a classy approach to team numbers, to shirt numbers.
Team.
Yeah,
The only thing I would like to change is if they had a different manager, and I'd replace Rafa Benitez with a classier manager.
Like
whenever I see a pic, like a Claudio Ranieri.
or a Dimitar Berbatov.
Yeah, like a really wears a suit all the time, looks delightful in a suit, doesn't look like he's always eating a kebab, which is what I think of whenever I see Rafa Benitez. I can't explain it. It looks like he's always just dusted off something that's too big for his face.
Yeah, you don't want a manager who looks. You don't want a manager who looks like he can't sweat. You just want a manager who looks like he wouldn't sweat. And Rafa looks like a manager who is often sweating.
Rafa looks like a manager at Sports Direct.
Yeah.
In my head, that's what, you know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
The time at Newcastle didn't help with that, did it?
No, it really didn't help his image.
It's fun because we're talking about what a classy outfit they are, but like none of the players fit that. Literally none of them.
Yeah, we've all just been blinded by the solid colour choices and not looked at the names whatsoever.
Yeah. You've got Suarez, who's renowned for fighting. You've got Grealish, who, since he's gone to Man City, has become Man City.
Blind, who is very old.
Yeah. Like Tadic. Tadic is a nice man. I'm sure. Griezmann, don't know much about him as a personal. I know he went to Barcelona. I haven't heard much since.
He's a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. Is that classy?
I don't think it is classy.
Are you asking whether being a Yu-Gi-Oh player is classy?
I don't know. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh. It might
You've
be a
been
really
to enough
classy
game stores, Peel. Have you ever seen anyone sat down to play Yu-Gi-Oh in like a suit and a tie?
And gone,
I would.
and taken a look at someone and gone, that's a classy gentleman.
Whereas Game of Thrones, at
classy.
Nationals that one time, we all wore suit and tie. Classy.
Yeah, that was
That was
classy.
classy.
Yeah.
Not too classy. Just the right amount of classy.
Yeah. Except, no, we won't just get into reminiscing about 7 years ago because that is not good telly. Right. Probably not good telly anyway. Reese reckons these are going to finish below the Ducks. What?
So we've got to put them one space above the Ducks, right?
Yeah, that seems fine to me.
Yeah, kind of. Yep.
One space above the Ducks. Yeah, we've done. We've made it through.
Yeah, all done. Are we doing a first manager to get sacked like roulette wheel or something, or we're just going to play it by ear and just say, I don't know, Klopp?
First manager to get sacked. Bielsa feels like a strong candidate, both because Surreal were terrible and Bielsa traditionally gets sacked early in Gobshite.
I think Bielsa going early is because the Surreal team is not a typical Surreal gimmick team in that they're so low below the CA that they're just gonna it's really difficult for the managers to get sacked. They actually do have decent players that are probably going to underperform. So yeah, Bielsa going early seems like the one for me.
Other than Ronaldo could also go for Tiki Takatoa. The fact that they will almost certainly be predicted to finish 20th by the in-game media might give him a stay of execution, but yeah.
I think Ronaldo is absolutely safe. I think the people at risk are Bielsa, maybe Vlad Weiss, but that's only because of the spectre of Sean, the spectre of Dyche hanging over him eating worms.
I think you're gonna have to have Dyche as the manager of that team. I can't think of anyone I'd rather see there. I kind of wish I had Dyche instead of Zidane. Dyche is the English equivalent of Zidane, and I think that's well documented in various texts.
Peas in a pot, those two.
Yeah.
I'll also go with, I don't know which one, but one of the three of us will lose our manager and be annoyed about it.
I kind of think I'm going to have a really bad season. I'll be honest. I'm confident with my midfield, but it's my defence. I'm a bit.
I mean, we've only sacked Spalletti once before, and he's and he's managed us for like 7 seasons now. So be fine, probably.
Well, it's weird. There's no Pep Guardiola. It's just weird.
Yeah, fucking Nicky. He gets him for 1 season and gets him sacked for the first time in Gobshite history.
Yeah. Oh, and I have moved Pantabangan back up in the tier maker just because I realised that it was pointed out that they'd been bumped down just because I was throwing names on at random. Are there any other shifts that we'd like to make here? Just before we say, right, this is the locked in, definitely 100% stand by it, tier choices.
I think that Eos will do better than we put them, but I also can't be fucked to move it, and I don't want to ruin the gimmick of just skipping them.
Just fuck it. Duct 82. Yeah, you need something to rail against, Reese. It's good content if you're angry at us.
You're the underdog.
Underdog.
Oh.
Also, we definitely mistreated Bambi, but it's his first season. We'll treat him better next time we bother to do a pre-season show.
Yeah, this has been fun though. Thank you both for joining me and talking a load of nonsense.
Thanks, Mitch, for doing all this, and thanks, Peel, for joining us at relatively short notice. I think we only bothered to bring it up yesterday.
No,
today.
Earlier today.
While I was sat in my office typing notes or in the comments section of this presentation, which I downloaded and didn't edit for clarification because I was worried about breaking something.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. So thank you everyone who's got involved in chat. We will post the link to this in the Discord, and you can make your own predictions based on what we've said. But yeah, I think the only thing left to do now is play the jingle, and we'll be away. So thank you very much.
See ya.
It's Gobshite tonight. Show respect, don't start a fight. With all the gimmicks you love to see, and some jokes understood by Reese Kennedy.